to Naya Reads and Smile. Today I have my Wrap Up TBR. I'm so happy because, I mean, this month was super weird and I honestly didn't read a ton because I was in this stupid reading slump and I hadn't been in a reading, like November, December, January was just like horrible, kind of in a reading slump, kind of not. I feel like I'm finally out of it and it makes me so happy because I just have so many books to read. This month, I read the 5th Wave series. Holy mother of pearl. These books, let me describe them. There's the 5th Wave, which is the first book, and the Infinite Sea, which is the second book. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the series because it recently got adapted to film, and I watched the movie and you guys, I rated in Rain in the Fangirl. The 5th Wave is an alien apocalypse book, but I feel like that is not a good enough description to describe how amazing this series is. The book's actually told from multiple points of view, so we follow Cassie and we follow some other characters, but our main character is Cassie, surviving in this apocalypse where an alien ship has come over the earth and there's aliens among us now that look like humans. The first book, okay, is witty and funny and humorous and sarcastic, but also serious, and just, it's super amazing, okay? It is a 10 out of 10 book. The second book, the second book, The Infinite Sea, is super intense. Like, the book's about half the size of the first book, The 5th Wave, but it is like a punch in the face. The first book is like a slap in the face, and the second book is like a full-on punch in the face, okay? Rick Yancey was able to take this concept of an alien apocalypse and turn it into like this really, really deep, mind-blowing, like, oh my god. In every chapter you just find out more and more about these others, these alien people, or not people, but just these aliens. We don't even know what they are. I am officially adding this book to my list of mind-blowing endings because the ending of this book had me on the ground. 5th Wave, absolutely amazing. Both books, 10 out of 10, was able to take this concept of an alien apocalypse and turn it into something entirely unique and different than what we normally see in YA, and it was just amazing. And the movie I have mixed feelings about, but I loved watching just because, you know, whenever you see an adaptation, it's always amazing. You know, it's always crazy to be like, oh my god, those are my characters! Do not deny yourself the happiness and also extreme heart puncturing of reading this book, okay? Please read this series, it is amazing. The third book I read this month was Filtered by G.K. Lamb. Thank you so much to Hero House Publishing. They sent me this book for review, and it is extremely short, but amazing. I have a full review on it, which I will link down below, but Filtered is about this futuristic world where pollution is at its absolute worst. Like, the air is toxic and there's ash and foot. A world you do not want to live in. Everyone wears masks. Everything, all the buildings have these filtering systems to filter the air. It's just a terrible place to live in. We follow this girl who lives in this society, Evelyn, and it's a very strict society. You know, whenever there's a huge world problem in dystopian books, the societies tend to get pretty strict, and that is definitely what's happened in this society. It was fantastic. I gave it a 9 out of 10, and I think if you like dystopian books that focus more on the society and more on, you know, what's going on in the character's head, and I think you'll really like this one. G.K. Lamb actually has an art contest going on right now for the book. It's running from January 30th to March 30th. There'll be more details about where you can enter. You can enter using his website or an email. I'll include both those links down below and the flyer too if you want to check it out. There is an art contest going on. Read the book. You know, participate in the art contest if you're artistic, you know. Personally, I can't draw anything to save my life. If you wonderful people can draw, check out the art contest, more details down below. Moving on to my TBR for the month. I am so excited today because, like I said, I'm finally out of this stupid reading slump. Like, I didn't even realize I was in a reading slump. Like, this entire month, I just kept trying to pick up the books that I wanted to read, and I was just like, oh, I can't read. Like, I just wasn't feeling like reading them, and that's not me, you know? That's not me. I'm not the reading slump girl, you know? But I am no longer reading slump Naya. I am anti-reading slump Naya. I'm setting an awesome TBR, and again, you'll probably see some of these books that I had just been setting over and over again for the last 3 months, but I finally am so excited to read them. Like, I want to read them right now. The first book that I already started, I'm about 100 pages into, and it is so living up to the hype. And Ember in the Ashes by Sabata. This book, you guys have probably heard tons about. It is this really, I don't want to say dark because I'm reading it right now. I'm about, like I said, I'm 100 pages in, and it is dark. It does deal with darker concepts, but it is also amazing. I'm sure you've heard tons about this book, so I won't go into too much detail about it, but I am reading this book this month, and I'm so excited because everyone's already read this book and loved it, and I'm already loving it, and I'm just so excited. I most likely will finish it tonight because I was reading it before I started filming this video. Next book that it was just calling to me. It was calling to me this month. Queen of the Zombie Heart! The third book in the Alice in Zombieland series by Jenna Showalter. Let me just show you, okay? Let me take off this cover. Look how beautiful this is. There's some really beautiful books, and then there's books that just like burn your eyes because they're so beautiful. The book is pink, you guys. The book is my favorite color. You know when a book's your favorite color, that is gonna be great. So I'm so excited to read this one. The Alice in Zombieland series is an amazing, amazing series. I made a video about my top favorite zombie books, or top favorite apocalypse books, I think. Was it zombie books or apocalypse books? I think it was zombie books. This was one of my favorite series. The fourth book just came out, and I'm just so excited to finish it. It is not an Alice in Wonderland retelling story. It is about this girl named Allie Bell who can see zombies that no one else can see, and she becomes a zombie fighter, and it's just so kick butt and awesome, and the romance and the dialogue and just everything just makes this book amazing. I mean, makes the series amazing. I haven't read this book yet. The first two books were amazing. So yes, I'm excited to read this one too. This one might be cheating a little bit because I'm already halfway through the book, but it is Winter by Marissa Meyer. I'm still reading it. I told you January was just super weird for me. Like, I just couldn't finish anything. Like, anything in life. It was just like, I couldn't even finish a cup of coffee. It was bad. Winter, I'm halfway through. Last book in the Lunar Chronicles series. Every page just breaks my heart a little more because I know it's coming to an end, but I was told there's a novella called Stars Above that will be coming out, so I feel like it's not completely over for me, and I haven't read Fairest yet either, which is another novella that focuses on one character in the story, so I'm excited to finish Winter this month. I will finish it this month. Like, I'm not even giving myself an option whether or not I want to read it. I'm reading it, okay? I'm reading it. Next book on the TBR, I will finish this month. If I don't, I will not allow myself to have coffee, okay? Like, no coffee, none, absolutely none, if I don't finish this book. Madness Chase and the Gods of Asgard by Rick Riordan. Percy Jackson, my love. Rick Riordan, favorite author. Book with both of those things, it's gonna be read, okay? Last book that was just staring at me, and I just am so excited to read because people are still talking about it right now, even though it's been a little bit since it came out. But it is A Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I need to know what the hype is about in this book. Like, I'm already feeling why people were so hyped about An Ember in the Ashes, because the writing, it's like Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass series. Like, the way it's written, or the way An Ember in the Ashes is written, is for me kind of similar to how the Throne of Glass series is written, which is why I'm loving it so much, because I love Throne of Glass. I'm hoping it lives up to the hype. Like, just the cover is so beautiful, and what's inside has to be beautiful too, you know? Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, keep reading, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!